Okay. All right. It's nice to see you guys tonight. Hopefully you guys are doing great, full, and also happy and ready to learn together with the rest of the class, guys. Okay. So let's just start the lesson for the night. Okay. Hopefully we can finish this chapter on this meeting. Okay. So check this. Okay. All right. Continuing with chapter 22. So we still have one exercise left for this chapter for the grammar part. So let's do this role play really quick. Okay, and then after that, then we can continue and try to finish up with the grammar, which is about the what do you call the phrases, guys. Okay, we only have one exercise left. Okay, I believe we can finish that today. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so for the role play, I need 8 volunteers. You may raise your hands and I'll assign the parts of the dialogue to you guys. Okay. All right, let's check it out first. All right, so give me one moment. Okay, doke. All right, let's see. Okay. 8 volunteers are taken here. So let's see. Okay. I'll have Shirley's taking care of Lisa number 1 until number 3. And then second, Peter will do Jackie number 1 and 2. And then let's see. Miss Lily is taking care of Lisa number 4 until number 6. Miss Fu is doing Jackie number 3 and 4. 4 more spots to be grabbed. Okay, so meanwhile, let's do the review of the pronunciation. Okay, since this is the 10th class for this chapter, so I'm expecting you guys to pronounce it correctly this time. All right, so let's check it out. On Jackie's dialect number 1, the word is psychology. Okay, psychology. And then move on to Lisa number 2, the words are since, but, and author. And then move on to Jackie's number 2, the words are lawyer, written, knowledge, experience, legal system, the client, to read. Move on to Lisa number 3, the words are favorite, Reggie love, novel, novel, an 11-year-old kid, much interesting, have you read The Chamber? Move on to Jackie number 3, the words are capital, somber, written, serious tone. Move on to Jackie number 4, the words are success, importance, decent education, emphasis on, pushed him to go to college. Lisa number 5, the word is success in. And then move on to Lisa number 6 is I read his first book, found it, and kept on. Jackie's number 6, the words are written, much, okay, much, the CH is hard, okay? And then Lisa number 7. Oh, I only read, okay? And then I have not touched. Move on to Jackie number 7. The word is legal system. Lisa 8, fascinating. Psychology to law. Jackie's number 8, it's novels, legal system, psychology, expertise in. And on Lisa number 9, the words are creative, require. Jackie's number 9, the words are no, you never know unless you try. Unless, okay? Not, no, unless. Okay, unless. Less than, okay? So you just add the before the less, so unless. All right? So those are the words. Needs more of your guys' attention. You should be expert by now, okay? So let's see. Okay, we have Shirley, Peter, Miss Fu, Miss Lily. I have 4 more. Okay, Danny is there. I have Danny taking care of Lisa number 7 and 8. All right, 3 more. Okay, let's see the time. Okay, 1 more minute, Mr. Amin. Okay, doing Jackie's number 5 until number 7. Okay, so I have 2 more spots available. Since we have another grammar that exercise that we have to finish, so I'll just assign the rest to Peter's doing also Lisa number 9 until 11, and then I'll have Shirley's doing Jackie number 8 until 10. Okay, guys. Hold on. Let me repeat again, guys. Lisa number 1 until number 3 is taken care by Shirley, and Peter is doing Jackie number 1 and 2. Miss Lily is doing Lisa number 4 until number 6. Miss Fu is doing Jackie number 3 and 4. Danny is doing Lisa number 7 and 8. Mr. Amin is doing Jackie number 5 until number 7. Peter is doing Lisa number 9 until 11. Meanwhile, Shirley is doing Jackie number 8 until number 10. Alright, now allow me to unmute you guys. As always, the least background sound will be really helpful to the rest of the class. Okay.
Good evening, Miss.
Good evening, guys. It's nice to see you guys again.
Good evening, Miss.
Okay. Good evening, Miss Fu. How you doing
Good
today?
evening, Miss Susan.
Hi, Mr. Amin. Ready for vacation? Holidays?
Okay. No, not holiday.
Okay, not yet. Yes. In a few
Yeah.
days, we're gonna have some holiday. Maybe you guys going on a vacation. Okay, two different things. Okay, holidays and vacation are totally different, guys. Okay, so you guys gotta make sure you understand. Okay, holidays is like hari besar ya, like Christmas, Lebaran. Those are called the days. Holy. Holidays is consists of holy, and the other word is day. So it's holidays. Okay. So okay, so holidays adalah hari besar, okay? So like Christmas, there's a holiday, okay? So when you are going on a vacation during holidays, that's totally different, okay? So that's why people get confused, okay? Students going on a vacation during the school break, okay? They don't do the holidays during the school break, totally different. So now I give you guys the clarity on that, so you understand, okay? So usually people going on a vacation during holidays or during school break. Yes, so you guys understand, right? Okay, so try to use the words correctly. Okay, vacation itu kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia kira-kira berlibur ya, jalan-jalan. Okay, nah holidays itu dalam bahasa Indonesia itu kira-kira artinya itu seperti hari besar gitu, seperti Natal, Lebaran. Nah, itu hari-hari besar ya, hari-hari libur besar yang tanggal-tanggal merah selain hari Minggu. Okay, so that's what we call holidays. Okay. Meanwhile, kalau libur sekolah, that's a school break. Okay, we don't call that libur sekolah as a holiday. Okay, those are school break like that. Okay, totally different between those three words. Okay, so that's the clarity on clarity on this. You guys can use it
Excuse
correctly.
me, Miss Susan.
Who's that, Shirley?
Miss Susan. Miss
Hey.
Fanny want to have conversation with us.
Oh, where is she? On the chat? Oh gosh. So Shirley, are you willing to give your last part to her?
Yes, please.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Let me look for her. Where is she?
Yeah.
Where is she? Where is she? Miss Fanny. Oh, there she is. Okay, let me try to unmute her. Okay. All right. So, Miss Fanny. So
Good
since
evening,
Shirley is
Miss.
willing to
Thank you, Miss.
her last
Thank you,
part.
Shelly. Yeah, you're
Okay.
welcome.
So Miss Fanny will take care of Jackie number 8 until number 10. Okay, got it?
Okay.
All
Yes.
right. Let me go check on Peter because he had lots of background sound, so I unmute him again. Okay, let me unmute him. Okay, let me see. He gets a lot of cheerleading behind him. Okay, so Peter, ready? You may. Okay, see my still going.
Still mute, Miss.
Yes, I tried to unmute him, but not able to do. Why is it my internet or his internet? Not sure. Okay, let me see. Is Peter? Let me see. I think it's his. He's not here. Okay. Maybe he got problem with his. Okay, let me see. Peter still here? Is Peter still here?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, perfect. Now we may start the role play with Shirley first.
Okay. Hey, Jackie, how are you doing today?
I am good. I just got out of my psychology lecture. It was so boring. I am glad I am done for the day. How are you doing? Did you just get out of class too?
No, I have been out of class since early this afternoon, and I have been reading this new book I just bought. Have you ever heard of the author John Grisham?
Yeah. John Grisham is a lawyer who has written a lot of books based on his knowledge and experience with the legal system, like The Client. His books are very easy to read and they give a lot of information on how the legal system works.
Still Shirley.
Ah, me?
Lisa. Yes, Lisa number
Yeah,
3.
Lisa number 3, me.
What?
Yeah, The Client is one of my favorite books. I love Mark Sway and Reggie Love, the two main characters of the novel. For an 11 years old kid, Mark is old beyond his years and so streetwise. John Grisham's special sense of humor has made his character very entertaining and the book much more interesting to read. Have you read The Chamber?
The Chamber. Hello, Miss.
Yes, Miss Wu. Go ahead.
The Chamber is a pretty good book too. The story about a grandson who tried to save the grandfather he has never really known gave me an insight on how the legal system works in the case of capital punishment. This story was somber, and it was written in the more serious tone.
John Grisham really knows how to adapt his writing style to each situation. That is probably one of the reasons for his success.
John Grisham's success is an example of the importance of education, even though his parents were poor and did not have a decent education. His mother put a lot of emphasis on his education and pushed him to go to the college.
I have to agree with you on that. Education is one of the best tools to achieve success in life. That is the reason why we are still in school, right?
Right. But why the sudden interest in John Grisham, Lisa?
Well, I read his first book and I found it very interesting. So I kept on reading his books. I already have a collection of all his work.
He has written at least 20 books. Did you read? Do you read all of them? Do you have that much free time?
Danny?
No, I only read his legal system fiction. His legal fiction books. I have not touched any of non-legal fiction or his non-fiction books.
I see that you are very interested in learning about the legal system.
Yes, very much. I find it fascinating, however, not enough to change my major from psychology to law yet.
Maybe you should follow John Grisham's example. He is a lawyer and he writes novels about the legal system. You can finish your studies in psychology and then write novels based on your expertise in psychology.
Lisa, right? Peter. Is Peter still here? Okay, let me see. Where's Peter? Oh, there he is. Hold it. Okay. Go ahead, Peter.
That is a good idea. However, do you think I'm creative enough to be able to weave all sorts of stories like John Grisham? That would require a lot of talent, and I do not know whether I have it in me.
You never know unless you try. Anyways, people say where there is a will, there is a way, right?
And there is also writer's block. Those moments when you sit in front of the computer ready to put your story in writing, and yet your mind is completely blank. You keep on trying and nothing comes. I mean, absolutely nothing.
Phil, you never know unless you try. Lisa, oh, it is almost 3 o'clock. I need to run or I will miss the bus. See you later, Lisa.
Bye, Jackie. Talk to you later.
All right, so let's do a little review here, okay? And I must start with the Jackie number 9, okay? Yes, since Miss Fanny is really we didn't have enough exercise with us from the with the previous classes, so I think that's the reason, okay? Let's check on Jackie number 9, okay? Miss Fanny.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so let's see. On Jackie number 9, we have the word is here is unless. No unless. Okay, so you never know unless. Okay, see this word unless that consists of two words as well. And then less. Now the one less. Okay, less is usually we use for the word for comparison. Okay, she is less polite than her sister. Okay, so that's less. So LALESS. Okay, the price there is less than the price at the market. Okay, so that's less. Okay, so that's how we pronounce this. This is unless, and then the other one is away. Okay, anyways, people say where there is a will there is a way, right? Okay, so that's the unless and the way, and then let's go on the Jackie number 8. On Jackie number 8, we have the words are expertise in, keahlian ya, keahlian dalam bidang psikologi, and then expertise in psychology. Okay, so I'll have Miss Fanny try again. Okay, you may repeat after me. Okay, you can finish your studies in psychology and then write novels based on your expertise in psychology. You may repeat.
You can finish your studies in psychology and then write novels based on your expertise in psychology.
Perfect. Okay. Now let's move on to Jackie number 9. Okay, let me check it. 9. All right. Let me do this first. You may repeat after me. You never know unless you try. Anyways, people say where there is a will, there is a way, right? You may repeat.
You never know unless you try. Anyways, people say, where there is a will, there is a way, right?
Okay. Now repeat this. Unless.
Unless.
Yes, perfect. Okay. Any question, Miss Fanny?
No, Miss, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Now let's move on to the top. Let's go to Lisa number 7. Legal. All right, legal. Lisa number 7. Okay. Always remember the word. Okay. It's spelling the same. Okay. Penulisannya sama dengan bahasa Indonesia. Legal. Okay. Tapi pengucapannya berbeda. Okay. Legal fiction book instead of legal. Okay. There is no legal in English. Okay. When you speak with foreigners, they're gonna, what is legal? Okay. Okay, so then it's gonna be harder, even harder to explain to them, right? When it's what is legal? Okay, so instead of explaining them long way what is the legal is, okay, just pronounce that correctly. Legal. Okay, jadi huruf E-nya dibaca seperti Seperti, okay, let me write it here. Okay, so legal. Nah, that's how you pronounce that legal. Okay, legal. All right. Hold it. That's the Lisa number 7. That's done. All right, done. All right, Dani. Okay, Dani, you may repeat after me. No, I only read his legal fiction books. All right.
I only read his legal fiction books.
All right. So, do you want to explain to the foreigner what is legal is, or you want to pronounce the legal correctly? Okay, which one is easier, right?
Right. Okay, Miss.
Okay. So just remember when it's legal there, okay, when legal there in English, you're gonna pronounce that legal instead. Okay? Deal?
Okay. Miss, boleh
Sure.
ini artinya apa, Miss, yang I have not touched?
Not touch. Okay. I have not touched any of his non-legal fiction or his non-fiction book. Okay. Jadi si Lisa ini bilang gini, oh saya tuh hanya baca buku fiksi, buku fiksi tentang hal-hal. Jadi dia ini kan menulisnya banyak ya, semuanya itu tentang legal. Oke, legal itu maksudnya tentang yang berhubungan dengan hukum gitu ya. Nah, dia ini menulis buku tentang hukum. Ada yang bukunya itu dia terbagi menjadi ada yang hukum terus fiksi. Ya, fiksi itu yang bercerita tentang hal-hal yang sesuai imajinasinya dia, tapi ada hubungannya dengan hukum. Nah, dia baca yang si Lisa ini baca yang itu, buku fiksi yang berisi tentang hukum. Ya, dia baca. Oh, yes, that's what Lisa said. I only read his legal fiction books. Jadi dia baca buku fiksi yang isinya hukum ya. Jadi intinya si John Grisham ini tulisan buku-bukunya itu tentang hukum. Nah, si Lisa baca yang fiksi aja. Saya itu belum pernah, maksudnya itu I haven't touch, itu maksudnya belum pernah baca, entah ya gitu kira-kira ya. Saya belum pernah membaca tentang buku fiksinya, tapi yang tidak berhubungan dengan hukum. Atau his fiction book aja, buku fiksi yang tidak ada hubungan dengan hukum. Nah, jadi dia punya gini, buku fiksinya ada 2 macam. Ada yang berhubungan dengan hukum, ada yang tidak berhubungan dengan hukum. Okay? And then he also have another kind of book which is non-fiction. Non-fiction itu berarti betul-betul case-nya itu nyata. Ya, dia realitas, ya, realitas, non-fiction. Jadi betul-betul kasus-kasus nyata yang dia hadapi di court, di pengadilan. That's called non-fiction. Kalau fiksi kan itu rekaan seperti apa? Novel, kalau novel Indonesia itu kan yang rekaan itu loh, yang di call, yang rekaan, tahu ya? Yang bukan nyata itu, yang berdasarkan imajinasi. Nah, itu namanya fiction. Nah, jadi si Lisa bacanya fiksi, tapi berdasarkan kasus-kasus yang dia punya di ini kasus yang hukum itu. Jadi kasus hukum dibuatkan buku ini fiksi. Nah, itu yang dia baca. Nah, dia belum pernah membaca yang fiksi tapi tidak ada hubungan dengan hukum. Ataupun buku-buku non-fiksinya. Jadi yang berisi realitas yang betul-betul terjadi di dalam pengadilan. Nah, itu loh katanya. Paham ya?
Paham, Miss.
Okay, perfect. Anything else?
Mau nanya kalau yang unless itu artinya apa tadi?
Unless kecuali mana.
Kecuali ya.
Ya. You never know unless you try. Kamu nggak pernah tahu, nggak akan tahu kecuali kamu mencobanya, gitu. Ya. You never know unless you try. Yes. Unless you try. Yes. And then where else the unless? Only there. Unless itu kecuali.
Okay,
Yes?
Miss. Thank you,
Paham?
Miss.
Okay, you're
Paham, Miss.
welcome. Perfect. Okay, remember legal, okay? Keep on saying that. That way you're gonna remember.
Legal.
Yes, perfect. Okay, thank you. Okay, move on to Jackie number 6. Okay, Jackie number 6. We have the word written. Okay, Mr. Amin. All right, Mr. Amin. All right, Mr. Amin, this is written, remember?
Yes, written.
Okay. Okay, written. When the double T with the EN. Okay, written instead of written. There is no written. Yes?
Written.
It's
Yes, written.
rotten. That's good. When you say written, they're gonna hear like, what is it? So rotten. Rotten itu rotten fruits. Itu buah yang rusak kelihatan. Okay, that sounds
Okay.
like that. Okay. So it's written. Perfect. Okay, remember that, Mr. Amin? Keep on repeating. Okay, thank
Okay.
you. Okay, let's move on to Jackie number 4. Jackie number 4, we have the word pushed. No pushed. Okay, pushed. Where is it? Jackie number 4. Okay, all right, pushed. Miss Fu. Maybe that's the sentence are too long, huh? Okay, there she is.
Yes, Miss.
All right, the words here. Okay, pushed him to go to college. Okay, you
Pushed
may
him
repeat.
to go to college.
Okay, the one you pronounced earlier was past. Okay, past him. Okay, that's past him. Okay, past him. There is no meaning on it. Okay, past him to go to college. Okay. Nah, di sini pushed him to go to college itu maksudnya mendorong dia ya. Mendorong maksudnya bukan mendorong secara fisik ya, mendorong secara mental.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have, hold on, we have Jackie number 3 also. Written, the word written. Yes?
Key number 3.
The story was somber and it was written in a more serious tone. Jackie number 3, you said the last, yes?
And it was written in a more serious tone.
Tone, yes, perfect.
Tone.
Yes, tone. And then hold on, this one right here. He has never really known. He has never really known. Okay, this is known is the past participle because we have the has here. Okay, known. Okay, you may repeat after me. The story about a grandson who tried to save the grandfather he has never really known. You may repeat.
The story about a grandson who tried to save the grandfather he has never really known.
Yes, perfect.
Gave me an insight on how the legal system works in the case of capital punishment. It's
perfect.
right?
Yes, you got it. All right. Any question, Miss Fu?
No, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay. The role play clear. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Any question? Type in on the chat. Let me see any chat. On the question. Okay, only Miss Fanny and Peter. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's go to the next session. Okay, which is about our grammar, the phrase. Let's do the phrases exercise. Okay. So remember last week we were doing the exercise number 3. Let me see. Okay. I have to clear up some parts with you guys on exercise number 3 here. Okay. You guys already understand the different. Okay, let me see the note that we had. Okay, let's do this. On exercise number 3, where we find out how we find figure out, okay, which one is the gerund phrase. That's when the verb plus ing, okay. That's one of the characteristic of the gerund is the verb plus ing, okay. But not all the verb plus ing is gonna act as the gerund, okay. The gerund has to be act verb plus ing. That's characteristic number 1. The second one is the possession. That is a noun, okay. Possession as a subject or object, noun, okay. And then we have the infinitive. That's we have the to plus verb, okay. The verb is preceded by the word to, and then we have the participial phrases. The verb could be plus ed, en, or ing, okay, which is the verb plus ing is the same with the gerund. Now, what is the difference then with the gerund? If it's we have we have the verb plus ing, okay. That's what I'm going to explain furthermore today. And then move on to the prepositional phrases. That's when we use the word when, where, how, and why there. Okay. So after the class on the previous meeting, I was like checking on some of the answer that we agree, and then I found some of the we missed it. Actually, it's me. Okay, like this. Okay, so I'll do an explanation first, because if this is to clarify before we move on to the the next exercise. Okay, so look at this. Okay, look, the word underline is whistling, a happy tune. Now so since this is a verb plus ing, this could be a gerund or a participial phrase. Okay, now how we determine which one is which? Okay, so remember, when a gerund, there has to be possession in the subject or object, and that is an action noun. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, Jamie strolled down the boulevard whistling a happy tune. Okay, now is whistling what do you call is whistling a noun? It's not. Okay, whistling a happy tune. Okay, so bersiul ya, bersiul. Whistling itu bersiul, bersiul gembira, nadanya itu gembira, bersiul bernada gembira. Oke. Jadi dia di sini whistling happy tune itu whistling di sini yang kita perhatikan itu bukan noun. Okay, so this is a verb here. Meanwhile, we have another verb here. The main verb is stroll down the boulevard, blah, 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 whistling a happy tune. Okay, so first, this is another verb. Okay, so it's not a noun, so we cross out the gerund as the noun already. So this is not an action. An action is a noun. Okay, like swimming is healthy. Okay, that's a noun. Okay, so this is not a noun. So this is a verb. So this verb is describe how he strolled down the boulevard. Okay, this is not possession as an object and an object or a subject. Okay, so actually, since we have the main okay, we have the main verb is here, right? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I'll do the italic there. Okay, Jamie strolled down the boulevard whistling a happy tune. Dalam bahasa Indonesia kira-kira gini. Jamie berjalan di jalan sambil bersiul nada gembira. Okay. Nah, so the main verb is stroll down. Okay. whistling is another verb there. But this is a verb that is adverbial. Jadi dia whistling ini menjelaskan bagaimana si Jamie ini berjalan di jalan gitu. Okay, that's how he did that. Whistling describe how he stroll. When this describe the a verb that's called adverbial phrase. Okay, when it describe a noun that's called adjective. Since this is an adverb that is categorized as the participial phrase. Okay, guys. So that's the main thing I need to explain to you guys again. Okay. So that's clear. Yes. First, okay, ing. Okay. Now, do we have another verb there? Okay. And then what is the whistling is described. Describe how Jamie strolled down the boulevard. Also, this is a verb that is expand the other verb. Jadi di sini whistling ini adalah kata kerja yang menjelaskan kata kerja utamanya yang yaitu kata stroll down. Karena dia adalah suatu kata kerja yang menjelaskan kata kerja lainnya, maka ini adalah disebut sebagai adverbial. Nah, adverbial or adjective itu termasuk dalam participial phrases instead of the gerund phrase. Okay? So that's how we determine. Okay? So that's the number 15. We have the answer is supposed to be participle. Move on to number 16 also. Same thing. Okay? Now, look at this. Playing the odds, comma, Marielle decided to apply to all of the retail teen clothing stores at the outline mall. This was just extra explanation, but you guys just need to pay attention to this word. Playing the odds, Marielle decided to apply. Okay, that's it. Those are the main thing actually. Now, let's say, what is the main? Okay, let's say playing the odds. Now, you look at this. That's not a noun. We have another adverb here. Decided. Decided to. Okay. That's the main verb. Marielle decided to. Whatever, to apply, whatever, like that. Okay. So, now, this is playing the odds here. The verb plus ing is not a subject, it's not an object, not a noun. Okay. And then since this is putting up front before the main verb, which is the main verb is decided to, so that is called introductory participial phrases. This is actually easier to determine, okay, to spot on, because it's always on the front. Yes. So, oh, okay, there when the verb plus ing and then another subject plus a verb, okay, that's called introductory participle. So it comes before the subject and then describe how the subject's doing it. Okay, that's the easiest one. Okay, move on to number 17 also was a participial, also introductory again. Remember guys, rolling down the hill, the children shriek, blah, 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 blah. Okay, because this is verb plus ing comes before the main subject, before the subject and then the main verb. Okay, easy. Number 16, 17, the same. Now let's move on to the, this is easier because it's only verb plus ed. Okay, so we know that verb plus ed or verb plus en is going to be participial. Another one. Oh no, this is the despite. Okay, it's preceded by the prepositional, didahului oleh kata sambung, ya. Number 20 is a participial, guys. Okay, listen. This is explanation. I race, swimming as fast as possible to the other side of the pool. So the main thing, you just pay attention. I race swimming. Okay. Yeah, you have the main verb raced already. Okay. Is swimming of what do you call? Subject? No. An object? No. Okay. So since it's not an object or a subject, so definitely not a gerund. Okay, so it is swimming explaining the verb that is called adverbial phrase. Okay, saya berlomba. Oke, saya berlomba berenang. Oke, saya berlomba berenang secepatnya ke bagian ke sudut ke bagian ujung kolam. Okay, so this swimming actually explain how you raced to get to the other side, or I raced by swimming. Okay, so that's the explanation. Okay, so this is really easy actually to spot on. Okay, now to see how much you understand my explanation, we can check it out on answering on the exercise number 2. Okay, this is exercise number 2. Actually, you guys already answer some of them. Okay, there. Exercise number 2. Number 1 already done. 2 also done. Okay, number 3 done. 4, 5. Okay, 5 here. Okay, no gerund there. Which part of the sentence is the gerund in the following sentence? The teacher sent him to detention for cheating. Okay, now what you need to find out on this is the possession of for cheating is. Okay, now we pay attention. The word is for cheating. Okay, the teacher sent him to detention for cheating. Let's have Shirley try number 5.
Oh, which part of the sentence is the gerund in the following sentence? The teacher sent him to detention for cheating. The teacher sent him to detention for cheating.
Okay, so the for cheating is
For cheating is
it a subject, an object of preposition, direct object? Okay.
I think it's object of the preposition.
Yes. So what is the preposition on that that specific one? For cheating is the preposition, kata sambungnya adalah
for cheating.
For. Yes.
For.
Yes, for. Yeah. So that's why. Okay, perfect. Okay, I also agree with Shirley. Okay, now, okay, thank you, Shirley. All right, move on to number 6. Which part of the speech is the participle in the following sentence? He took a sewing class during his freshman year at the community college. I'll have Miss Lily try.
He took a sewing class during his freshman year at the community college.
Nah, ini yang sewing class ini termasuk noun, adjective, verb, or no participle. Sewing class. He took a sewing class.
Noun.
He took a sewing. Okay, now the word is sewing class. Yes. Okay. Now, since we're talking about the gerund, pay attention to the word with the ing. Sewing class. Okay. Sewing class.
Noun, Miss.
Okay. To be more specific. Okay, more specific. Okay. No, the whole thing is a sewing class is a noun. Yes.
Yes.
Now, yes. So now we're looking at the it says participle, yes? Well, remember, participle is the verb plus ing, or verb plus ed, or verb plus en, yes? So on the
Yes.
specific sewing class here, the participle is actually the sewing, okay? So now the sewing here is acting as of what the class.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so like this. The whole thing sewing class is a noun. Yes, I agree with you. Okay. Now, so now the question is, what part of the speech is the participle? Now, okay, so since it says participle, so we're gonna break it up. Okay, now we're looking at the sewing class. Now break it up, the sewing now. Now this sewing is gonna act as what of the class? Jadi begini, kalau dalam kalimat ini yang kita perhatikan adalah kata sewing class. Okay? Nah, kalau sewing class secara utuh itu adalah betul noun, saya setuju. Oke, nah sekarang ini sewing dan kelasnya ini kita harus bedakan karena dia minta yang participle. Kalau yang participle berarti kita menganalisa kata yang ada ing. Oke, nah kata yang ada ing ini dia berfungsi sebagai apa terhadap kata kelas. Jadi kelas menjahit ya. Oke. Nah, kelas menjahit, jadi sewing ini menjelaskan kata kelas, betul?
Yes, Miss.
Jadi sewing kata the sewing here explain further of the class, the noun. Class is a noun also, right? So
Yes.
that is called what? A word that explain a noun is called adjective. Remember?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so this. Okay, so since the whole thing is a noun, okay, sewing class is a noun. Okay, now we're looking at the participle. Now, participle in, jadi bisa kalimatnya kita bisa ganti jadi ini. He took a class. Okay, that's a noun. And then we add another sewing now. Now, sewing is explaining what kind of class he's taking, isn't it? Now,
Yes.
karena dia menjelaskan kelas yang diambil, that's called adjective. So the word that explain a noun is called adjective. Of a word that explain a verb, that's called adverb. Okay, got it, Miss Lily?
Yes, Miss. Thank
Clear?
you, Miss.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's the explanation. A little bit advanced, okay, but it's okay for your guys' extra knowledge, yes? Okay, move on to number 7, okay. Another participle. Ivan, okay, pakai Indonesia, Ivan was talking very loudly to his friends during class yesterday. Okay, not talking here. Okay, easy, huh? Number 7, talking. Very loud during, okay. I'll have Danny try, okay?
Okay, Miss. Ivan was talking very loudly to his friend during class yesterday.
Okay, this is friends, huh? Friends with the S, remember? More than one, plurals. Okay, so talking here, what kind of position is it? What? Okay, what is the verb? Yes, also very good. You spot on. Okay, I also agree with Dani. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Dani.
Okay.
Kata kerja, betul. Now, let's move on to number 8 again. Another participle, shopping. Okay, what is this shopping here? Okay, number 8. Okay, number 8, let's have Peter. Okay, spend shopping. Okay, easy, okay. I'll have Nani, okay. I'm not able to unmute you. Okay, who's unmute?
What part of speaks is the participle in the following sentence? The entire afternoon was spent shopping at the mall.
Okay, now spend shopping at the mall. So you see this,
Now,
okay? Now, look at this. This is how you do it. The entire afternoon was spent shopping, okay? Now you look at this. Okay, what is in front of that? The word spend shopping. So this shopping is explaining the spend. Yes? So this is actually like this. It has to be like this. Easier lah. Okay, so this shopping explaining the word spend. Yes? Jadi kata shopping ini memperjelas kata spend. Okay, so spend is what kind of word? Noun or verb? And none is still here?
verb.
Yes, so that's right. Spend is a verb, yes? So now this shopping explaining, okay, describing further about spend. So your that's called
Adjective.
Okay, let me write it here so you guys remember, huh? What is adjective? A word that explains about a noun. Okay, we call adjective. Now, what is a verb? A word that explains about a verb. The easy way is, look, add verb. It ends with the word verb. So that's explaining the verb. Okay, adjective, since it's long, is a noun. Okay, so what's your Nani answer?
Verb.
Adverb. Yes, very good. I also agree with you. Okay, any question, Nani?
No, thank you, Miss.
You're welcome. Perfect. Okay. Now move on to number 9. Still finding the hiking trail. Okay, hiking trail, really easy. Let's have Mr. Amin try figure it out for us. Okay, Mr. Amin is there. Okay, Mr. Amin.
Not unmute. I raced past several tourists as I bike along the hiking trail. Hiking trail apa tuh?
Itu hiking trail itu jalan yang apa? Hiking kan
Menurun ya?
ini naik gunung kan ya, hiking
Iya.
nah, itu yang naik gunung itu dia trailnya itu berarti ini jalan itu loh, jalan menuju menuju hiking. Kan ada kalau mau hiking ke gunung itu kita kan udah ada ini ya, sudah ada path-nya itu loh, sudah ada jalur khusus.
Oh, jalan trail.
Jalan khusus untuk hiking ya. Ya.
I choose itu noun.
Hiking trail. Okay. Yes.
Trail,
Also,
noun.
yes, it's along the hiking trail, so it's a noun. Okay. Since there is no adjective, so that is considered as a noun. Yes. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Amin. Okay. Seems like you guys already pretty good understanding. Okay. Move on to number 10. Baking bread has become her new favorite hobby. Okey-doke. Let's see. Let's have Shirley try number 10 for us.
What part of speech is the participle
in the
following sentence?
Mhm.
Baking bread has become her new favorite hobby. Baking bread is in the participle in the following.
Okay, so baking bread is a
Participle or participial. This is it, or it's the same.
now. What you need to figure it out is the one underlined. The one underlined here is the participle already, right? Because it's a verb plus ing and baking bread. Okay. So now you figure it out. This baking bread, is it a noun, an adverb, or a verb?
I think it's adverb.
Baking bread.
Baking bread has become her new favorite hobby.
Okay, you think it's an adverb?
It's explain her new favorite hobby.
Okay,
It's
this is how we
adverb.
look at it.
Baking bread.
Don't get confused with the word after that. Okay, those are just explanation. Now we analyze the baking bread. Yes. Okay, look at
Yeah.
this baking bread. Okay, why this is called participle already underlined? Because there is a verb bake plus ing. That's why we call this a participle. Okay, clear. Now, so they want you to figure it out. This baking bread, what kind of position in the sentence here is the baking bread? Is it a noun? Okay. Is it an adverb? Adverb is a word that is explained another verb. Which is baking? Does it explain a verb there? No, we only have bread. Bread is a noun also. So definitely not adverb. There is no verb. Okay. Baking bread is not a verb. Okay, because on the that's at the beginning of the sentence there isn't a verb. Okay. Especially they want you to analyze baking bread. Okay. Dalam bahasa Indonesia kira-kira begini ya. Baking bread itu apa ya bahasa Indonesia ya? Membuat roti ya kira-kira ya. Membuat roti telah menjadi hobi barunya.
Bakar roti ya.
Nah, kira-kira begitulah ya. Membakar roti ya. Membakar roti sudah menjadi hobi barunya. Nah, ini si membakar roti ini kira-kira dia posisinya sebagai apa gitu loh. Karena dia menggunakan kata baking gitu loh. Kalau kita jadi dia perlu kita melihat itu baking. Jadi baking baking bread. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Hold on. Okay. What this? This. Okay, hold on. Okay. Actually, like this. What is the subject in the sentence here?
Her.
No. Our subject is baking bread.
Baking bread is the subject.
Yes, that's the subject. And then, what's the predicate or the verb?
The verb is
has become.
Has become. Yeah.
Because this is what do you call passive? Passive, okay, passive sentence, okay. So baking bread is a subject, okay. Usually subject, okay. Is it a verb or an adverb or a verb? Okay, that's it. Since you already figured out the subject of the sentence is baking bread, okay. So usually, what do we use for the subject? Is it a verb or a noun? Definitely not adverb.
A noun.
Yes. So that's the easier if you don't understand how to answer exactly. That's the easier one to see this.
Baking bread is a noun.
Yes, it is a noun. Karena its function as a subject. Okay, Lord, this is a gerund. Actually, this is a gerund, Shirley. You remember last week we discussing. Okay, what is a gerund? Gerund is a verb plus ing. Possession as a subject. It's a noun. If it's not a subject, it's an object. Okay, so this is a gerund right here.
Miss, I want to ask about Participle and participial phrase. I think it's quite the same for past ing.
The same. So
It's the
it's
same.
just, yeah, it is the same. Okay.
Oh.
So participle and participial phrases, okay, that's the phrase which consists of the verb plus ing, and then their function as an adverb or an adjective.
I see.
Okay. So yes, last week I missed to explain further. After the class, I was like, something is missing like that. That's why I tried to explain again. Okay, I'll have you try another one here to make sure that you understand. Okay. Oh, this is too easy. Okay. Oh, this is infinitive already. Infinitive, Shirley. Infinitive, remember we have the to plus the verb. Last week we already had that. Okay, when we get to the participle again, I'll get you try, okay? All right, guys, so let's okay, Mr. Tony, please give us a little bit to finish this couple's question. So we may start with a new chapter on the following week. Okay, let's do really quick, guys. Okay, number 11. To infinitive, okay, function and the following. Okay, Sean needs to work through the summer so he can save up some money. Excuse me. So we have the two words. Sean needs to work. Okay. Now we analyze this to work here. Okay. Is this a noun, adjective, or adverb? This is, oh, there's no infinitive. There is an infinitive here. Okay. So number 11. Okay. I'll give you guys an example. Okay. So Sean needs blah blah blah. Okay, we have the verb needs here. So after the verb is going to be object. Yes, object is always a noun. Yes, okay, so that's how we figure it out. Okay, so that's a noun. Okay, clear. Okay, now move on to number 12. Infinitive. Okay, the word is after the argument, both James and Kadeen apologize to each other. Okay, now to each other here. Okay, what is that? Explaining what? This is not like this. Apologize to each other. Okay, so that means explain the apologize. Okay, the word apologize. So you are going to use that as, let me see. Okay, let me see other one. Okay. Shirley then, huh?
Okay.
Shirley, let's do this. Similar, huh? Okay.
What part or this is the infinitive function as in the following sentence? After the argument, both James and Kadeen apologize to each other.
Okay.
Infinitive to plus verb. To each other.
Okay. Now this to each other explain what?
It's infinitive to each other. Satu sama lain ya. Itu berarti itu infinitive function.
Yes. Now this word to each other explain what word? Setelah bertengkar, James dan Kadeen saling memaafkan. Nah, saling ini menjelaskan apa? Kata apa?
Kata keterangan ya.
Okay, now we're looking this. Okay, look. The easy. This is take it easy. Okay. To each other. Okay, what is the word before that?
Apologize.
Yeah, so apologize is what? It's a verb or
Apologize is verb
noun?
plus
Yes.
ed. Verb
Yes.
plus ed.
So it's a verb. So
Participial.
no. Okay, we're talking about infinitive here. There is no participle because there's no okay, we're looking at it. Okay, this is the first step. You analyze the sentence. Look at the underline to each other. Okay,
To each
other. Okay, what did it explain? Explain the word in front of it, which is apologize. Apologize is a verb. Okay, since this is a verb, so the word that the to each other explaining the verb apologize, so the to each other, it's called
adverb.
Yes, it's an adverb. Don't take it too don't think too much. Yes,
I say kata keterangan, yes.
Kata keterangan kerja, ya, kalau bahasa Indonesianya ya. Kan ada, kalau Inggris kan ada kata keterangan kerja, ada kata keterangan benda ya. Adjective with benda, noun, yes. So this is kata keterangan kerja. Okay. Let's try number 13 again, Shirley.
Okay. What part of speech is she told us that George Orwell's 1984 is her favorite book to read during her free time. To read during her free time. Her favorite book. Favorite book is noun. To read her during her free time. It's adverb too.
Okay, look. Hold on. She told us that George Orwell, blah, 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 is her favorite book to read. Okay. What is the word before the to read? Her favorite book. Okay.
It's noun.
Okay. So what do you call? So to read.
To read.
Okay.
To read.
To read, explain the noun, her favorite book.
Favorite book.
Okay, a word that explains a noun is called
adjective.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh no. It's adverb. Adjective.
Yes, you got it. Okay.
Oh,
yes. So look, adverb. No, the word adverb contains the word. Kalau kata adverb ini ada verbnya ya. Kalau ada verb ini berarti adalah kata keterangan kerja. Ini ada verb ya. So that's how you remember. Meanwhile, another adjective, okay, itu ya lawan dari adverb ya, explain the noun. Got it?
Bukannya to read itu verb.
Yes, it's not a it's a verb. Now it's a to infinitive, but what it explain? Okay, just exactly like the same. Look, like to infinitive always verb. Hold on. Let me see. Oh gosh, there you go. Now look at this. Look, number 11 is two word also, but it's not a. We don't say that a verb.
Oh,
yes. It is. To infinitive is always a verb. Now, what it explains, that's what the question is asking. Okay, you got it? You need to review again. Okay, after this. Okay?
Okay.
Move on to number 14. Okay, we have two more, I think. Okay, 14, same thing. Okay, I'll be practice for 2 hours every day to ensure I play my recital piece well. Okay, to ensure. Okay, number 14. Okay, what do you call? Okay, I'll have, okay. Miss Lily, let's have Miss Lily.
I will be practicing for 2 hours every day to ensure I play my recital piece well.
Okay, so let's see. I subject will be practicing verb. Okay, for every 2 hours, that's just additional information. So you look at this. So we can cut off the 2 hours every day out. So we can, I will be practicing to ensure my play recital, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's it. So this to ensure is explaining the practicing. Okay, now practicing is possession is as verb. Yes. Yeah, practicing is a verb, so to ensure is explaining the verb practicing, so it's called gotcha. Yes, you got it. Very good. Okay, so just think easy like that. Okay, English is easy. Okay, so okay, any question, Miss Lily?
No, thank you, Miss.
Okay, perfect. Just need to review, guys. Okay, move on to number 15. Okay, 15. Okay, now this. I'll have Nani try. Yes. Okay, Nani.
What part of speech is the infinitive functioning as in the following sentence? To fly high above the trees was Rachel British as a child.
Greatest.
Greatest.
The main word is great, and then because this is the what do you call the greatest. Okay, greatest itu yang paling ya, gitu like that. Yes. So to fly high above the trees. Okay, possession as a subject. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, was is a verb, and then Rachel is a blah blah blah. Just an additional object, anything. Okay, so now since this is a subject, is it a noun, adjective, or adverb? Definitely not D. Okay, because we have two infinitive here. Okay. Noun, yes, because it's a subject. Okay, remember always, guys. Subject and object always a noun. Only noun can possession as subject and object. Sama dalam bahasa Indonesia. Okay. Subject and object selalu kata benda. Okay. Yes, very good. So you don't need to think. You just remember that. There you go. You got it. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Nani. Okay. Move on to number 15. Oh, that's the last number. Okay, very good. Okay. So yes, it's okay. It's my bad. I give you like two, maybe it is advanced. Next time I'll but at least you guys get to experience something this, okay? I'll put a note or just maybe the intermediate like that. Okay, so this is a little bit too much maybe, so that's why taking us longer. Yes. Okay, but anyway, extra exercise on the brain will be better, right? Okay, so I'll end the class. This is already almost 8:30. Okay, guys. Okay, so hopefully yes, I guess since we finished this on the following meeting, we can start with a new chapter, guys. Okay. Okay, thank you for joining the class tonight, guys.
Thank
Happy
you,
holidays
Miss.
to you guys.
Thank you,
Okay.
Thank you,
Miss.
See you
Miss.
next week, Miss.
See you next
Bye.
week.
Bye, guys.